Hello, it's Charles, and we're going to do something very different today. We're not going to be doing something about Winnipeg locally, but something about a Winnipegger going to the lower mainland of Vancouver. I'm originally from Vancouver, but I've been in Winnipeg for off and on 40 years. My heart still is in Vancouver, so I'm a little bit of both. So come join me in this trip to Vancouver. It is January 27, 2023. I just came from a place where there was a blizzard, almost blizzard, a snowstorm. I come to Vancouver and it's green, green, green. It's still winter here, but this is their winter. That's crazy. Look at this green, even more green. This is supposed to be winter. I'm in the middle of downtown Vancouver on Granville Street. It's about 30 miles away where I grew up. And compared to Winnipeg, I'm amazed at how many people are here. In Winnipeg, you don't walk down downtown and have this many people ever. Take a look. It's amazing. In Port Coquitlam, it is so green here in January. This is my sister's house. My house is probably about this much snow and we wouldn't be seeing green. And right here you see some chicken wire because they're trying to stop the crows from getting grubs and wrecking his yard. I'm in a nondescript park in Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. End of January again, as I've said before, and they're practicing hitting a baseball in the back here. I wish I could be doing that in my hometown. So housing in Port Coquitlam, like all of lower mainland Vancouver, is very expensive. Everything is about over $1 million no matter what. So it's very hard to live here.
So I need to get to New Westminster, so I get a partial ride there until I go to the SkyTrain. The SkyTrain is quite a neat system in the Vancouver lower mainland area, and it's quite convenient and it's quite scenic too as well.
This part of New Westminster, the Quay, has a special place in my heart. My mom lived there in a co-op near the banks of the Fraser, and she died 1 year ago. I am here to meet with family to remember her life. It is a beautiful place, and I wanted to share some images with you. I have 3 interviews with people discussing the differences between Winnipeg and Vancouver. The first one is my daughter Alicia, who was born and raised in Winnipeg and now lives in Kelowna, British Columbia. I have my beautiful daughter here, Alicia, who's born in Winnipeg but lives in Kelowna, British Columbia. What's the difference between Winnipeg, Kelowna, and the lower mainland of Vancouver?
The same.
It's the same. And why are they the same?
They're not the same.
And why are they not the same?
Because they are.
Well, I didn't win with that one, so I went on to my niece's husband, Warren. He's been around the world, and I wanted to know if he thinks Winnipeg is better than Vancouver. But you know what? The bottom line, though, is Winnipeg is better than Vancouver, right?
Oh, well, there are many also values to Winnipeg, but my preference here, of course, is Vancouver. I say that one of the number one saving graces here is that, yes, it rains, but you don't have to shovel rain.
The third one is my friend Eldon, who lives in Winnipeg, and I interviewed him just before we left Abbotsford International Airport. And he thought I was leading the witness and I was trying to trick him or something. So his answer is a little bit curious too. Hello, I got my friend Eldon here. He's from Winnipeg and he's on his way back to Winnipeg from Abbotsford, which is in the lower mainland of Vancouver. It's minus 24 in Winnipeg right now. What do you think about going home, Eldon?
I'm looking forward to it, Charles.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to get my park on, my boots on.
And cross-country skiing?
Cross-country skiing. It's no place like Manitoba.
Okay. And what do you think of being in British Columbia? Do you want to go home or do you want to stay?
So I know you're biased in asking this question because you're from BC. So I know that you are trying to trying to get me off my game here a little bit, but I still think this is a beautiful country, but I'm still looking forward to going home.
Okay, thanks, Eldon. We'll see you in Winnipeg. So I know Eldon really well, and I think he's evading the question. So I edited the following video to show what I think he is really saying.
I think BC really looks good here, Charles. I want to move here right away.
What are the differences between Winnipeg and Vancouver? I've been slanting towards Vancouver, but there are two things of Winnipeg that do stand out. Number one is the people. The people are far friendlier in Winnipeg than they are in Vancouver. I'm a Vancouverite. I have to admit though, coming to Winnipeg, that was one of the first things I noticed. Secondly, in Winnipeg, it has some hidden beaches in the summertime that Vancouver can't even equal. Especially Winnipeg and Beach and Grand Beach. They are awesome. And then also if you go further east towards the Ontario border and you get into Cambrian Shield, there is lots of lakes to go to. And in the summer it's warmer here, the sun shines down. It is awesome. And I don't think Vancouver can compare in the summers in Winnipeg.